Welcome to this deep dive. Imagine trying to cool your house down during a massive heat wave, but, leaving your front door wide open. You're hyper-focusing on upgrading the AC unit to get the absolute best efficiency while completely ignoring the fact that all the cold air is just pouring right out into the street.
Yeah, and that is the exact mathematical reality for so many homeowners and small-scale landlords right now. I mean, especially in high-cost areas like BC. They just obsess over finding the lowest possible mortgage rate.
Right, while bleeding cash in completely different areas of their financial life.
Exactly.
So today, our mission for this deep dive is looking at Rima Zino's Think Beyond Liability Guide. We're going to unpack how you can find monthly breathing room without actually needing to increase your income or, slash your living expenses to the bone.
And what's really fascinating here is that the underlying issue usually isn't a lack of income at all. People struggle because they make financial decisions in these isolated silos.
Ah, the silo effect. Like treating a 5% mortgage as one entirely separate issue from the 22% credit card debt.
Which is just quietly compounding in the background, yeah. Or if you're self-employed, using the wrong income narrative. So getting rejected by lenders because the bank only sees this very narrow slice of your actual business cash flow.
Which means we are essentially optimizing the wrong things, like playing financial whack-a-mole.
Pretty much. And that's why Zeno advocates for a cash flow first framework. Instead of immediately hunting for a specific mortgage rate at renewal, the math dictates you have to check your monthly margin and your high-cost debt first.
You have to close the front door before you buy the new AC unit.
You got it. To see how that works in practice, look at the Surrey homeowner example in the guide. They had a $750,000 mortgage, but they also had $1,350 a month going entirely to outside consumer debt.
Oh, wow, that is a huge leak.
Massive. But by consolidating that high-interest debt into a new 30-year mortgage, they instantly created over $1,400 a month in breathing room.
Okay, wait, hold on. Stretching a mortgage back out to 30 years. Math-wise, you were objectively paying tens of thousands more in interest over the life of the loan.
Yeah, you definitely are.
So how does Zeno justify taking that massive long-term interest hit just to get a lower monthly payment today?
Well, that is the exact calculation you have to weigh. Taking that long-term interest hit only makes sense if consolidation is the starting line, not the finish line.
Meaning what exactly?
Meaning the true fix, the only way the math actually works in your favor is the very next step, which is creating the buffer.
Ah, right. Taking that newly freed up $1,400 and immediately automating it into a separate savings account.
Right, to build up 1 to 3 months of living expenses. Because the underlying mechanism of why people fall back into 22% credit card debt isn't usually frivolous spending.
Right, it's an unexpected shock, like a sudden property repair or a medical bill.
Exactly. The automatic buffer absorbs that shock so you don't end up subsidizing emergencies with high-interest debt all over again.
And this cash flow first logic is even more critical for rental properties. The guide shows a rental condo that was draining $206 from the owner's pocket every single month.
Yeah, a total negative cash flow.
But by extending the amortization, that monthly deficit flipped to a positive $168.
Which is great, but fixing that monthly deficit requires action well before the actual renewal date. I mean, if you wait until the last minute, you lose all your leverage to restructure. You really need to start planning 120 to 180 days out.
Especially because you need that runway to properly document your income. For example, if you have a basement suite, a lender might count 50% of that rent as income.
But only if you have a solid paper trail. Yeah.
A documented lease.
Yeah.
You can't put that together 2 weeks before your mortgage expires.
Which brings up a crucial question for anyone listening. When you look at your own upcoming renewal, are you chasing a catchy headline rate, or are you actually matching terms to your life timeline?
Oh, that's a good point.
Because locking into a 5-year fixed rate might sound secure, but if your reality is that you might sell the property in 2 years, you are setting yourself up for massive breakage penalties.
The entire goal of this coordinated debt strategy is to stop reacting to the market and establish genuine stability. It basically stops you from accidentally subsidizing your properties out of your own pocket.
Right, and once you stop the bleeding and achieve that baseline stability, you can actually move from playing defense to playing offense.
Which perfectly sets up a final provocative thought for you to chew on. The guide mentions advanced Smith-style setups for disciplined investors.
Yeah, the cash damming concepts.
Right. To define that briefly, It's essentially a mechanism where you convert your regular non-deductible mortgage into a tax-deductible investment loan. So if you perfectly separated your deductible expenses with your accountant, could the very mortgage you view as a burden actually transform into your most efficient wealth-building tool?
It's a total shift in perspective, but you can't build wealth until you fix the cash flow leaks first.
Definitely something for you to mull over. Take a look at your own structural leaks and see where you can find that breathing room. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.